wipe up the inside here. You can do a little test with your finger, make sure it's dry. Alright, so that should be sitting nice and pretty. Now let's go ahead and break out the backing. So this is going to be the backing portion. What we're going to do here is we have these nice little cogwheels right here. We'll be sticking them there. Oops. No. Right there. I'm getting it wrong. The ones with the ends, these are going to be going right here. I forgot to grab the other two pieces. Where did they go? Okay. Glad I went through this one because apparently I added... Oh, I know what I did. I forgot to add these two because they didn't get cut out on the last one. So we'll borrow from this kit and I'll make sure I replenish these. Just gotta find the other one. Give me a second. Aha! So I need those two. I had a little problem with the wood and these ones didn't come out on the last one. Alright. So you got your two support brackets right here, and then you got two with the holes that are going to go on the outer edge. Now what this is going to do is this is going to hold, just slide that in to this one. Make sure it's facing out. Some of these might be a little bit tough to fit in. It all depends on consistency of the wood, how well the cut came out. Do not push on the edges, all right? You want to push directly over the middle, so that way you don't break that wood. But then again, that's exactly why I have extra pieces. Also, if you notice, there's going to be one side wood that's going to have a little bit more soot compared to the other. These are the pieces that I like to face outward towards the box to be visible. Oh man. Okay, give me a second. Gotta find that one. Like I said, like a charred look kind of adds a little bit of depth even when you're staining it. Alright. Also, here, if you need to, you can always break this out on a flat surface. And then once you get it going, you can kind of wiggle it in and push it down. Try not to put too much pressure either way. Do not use a hammer. You will break the wood, and it should pop in like that. Alright, so with the backing, you want to go ahead and make sure, remember the hinges are on top, so you want this facing down so you can read it. I know this is probably a terrible adjusted video, but it'll give you an idea. Like I said, you can always contact me. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and push that in. Once again, we're going to flip this open. Now we have our pegs coming in right here. We're going to add a little bit of super glue to get those locked into place. Oh, hush, cat. I'm making a video. What you doing, Vex? And we will hold that. Let that soak in and make its connection. Put a little wipe off. And as you can see, nice and tight. Now we're going to go ahead and finish up the back. And what you're going to need here are these 4 corner pieces. Here's the other one. And these 2 long pieces. Now these 4 corner pieces are these, reason why I call them corner pieces because they got this edge right here, which is going to frame, oops, getting that in the wrong spot, trying to watch a video while I'm doing this. But it's going to frame the back side a little bit of pressure. Remember, do it exactly over the peg so you don't force too much. Some of these might be snug. We'll go ahead and get these in place. Once again, I'm using the sooted side. Just gonna kind of get these a little bit in place, and then here, let me get. I just don't want to press down on this bed because of all the teeth that are there. Slow, steady pressure. See how I'm getting this all framed out. Soot side out so you can see it. Push down firmly, but not too hard. Wiggle it back and forth. It's going in. This one we may have to reseat a little bit. There we go. Gonna hit up the other side. Make sure that's lined up. Another reason why it might not be fitting good is because some of these can be just outside. Like this wood may be warped a little bit. It may not be hitting the hole directly. Finish that up. Let's get that one pushed in. Okay. Same thing here. So see how it's starting to frame out that wood, or the title. Lay it on its side so I'm not putting too much pressure on the bookends. There. A little bit of work, but as you see, it is possible. Get that one pushed in. And it's up to you on whether or not, if you want to go ahead and glue these in. As you can see, they are on there pretty good. I would go ahead and glue them in just to make sure. And I probably could have waited till I got the other 2 pieces on, but I want to give my fingers a little bit of a break. Actually, that one looks like it needs a little bit more encouragement. There we go. Hear that nice little snap. It's not a big snap, so that was good. Doesn't take long for that glue to get in there and sit. So while that's happening, let's go ahead and we have our two lower pieces, or the outside pieces. Now if you look, one of them has a notch and the other one doesn't. The notched piece is the one that's going to be going up next to the hinges, and that'll fit right in there just like that. May have to coax it in a little bit around those hinges. Wood is not a perfect medium, so that's why you have to do a little creative jiggling on occasion. Let's get that. And you don't want to apply too much pressure on any piece, or like I said, you might break it. So if let's get the excess off so I don't glue my fingers. Almost just did. And with this piece, you want these two notches on the downside. Go ahead, add a little bit of glue. Now you can use wood glue if you want, it's just going to be a much slower process. And see, you don't have to worry about the pins because they are not going to come out once this is assembled. Give that a couple seconds to dry off. While it's doing that, alright, wipe that off. I usually try and wipe in an outward direction comparative to where everything's at, so I'm not running too much towards the middle. And so far that is your box. Now we just got one last little bit to do.